Dr. Wood, author of the book Miracles in Minutes, today and talk about being that man, being in charge, being a leader, being a powerful person, and dealing with difficult people and difficult situations. So, we all want, what makes our lives great are human relationships, whether the people we work with. It's fun to go to work with people who are fun to get along with and you can talk to, and they don't have a problem with you and, you know, being subversive and cutting you down behind your back. It's fun to be in a relationship where you and your spouse, your mate, have open, honest dialogue, free-flowing communication, and you can talk about problems, because we're all going to have problems in life, and be able to work through them. You're a parent, you have a child, problems are going to come up. You know, I got 3 daughters, I got a 20-year-old, I got an 18-year-old, 14-year-old, all girls. You know, some teenagers going through the most difficult time, and a lot of social problems and dynamic problems go up, and it's probably the most rebellious phase. And then how do you deal with all that stuff? So there's, you know, I used this yesterday on one of my videos. There's, you know, but think about human beings as like planets. There's Earth and there's Mars, you know, or Mars and Venus, you know, man, woman. And Mars, you know, the god of war, comes over here and talks to Venus, the god of love. And sometimes these people can't relate. What's always in between them is space, okay? This is a sacred space. There's also the same thing in the nervous system between 2 nerves or space, and you need to connect to then communicate from one world to the other, okay? So between planets or space, and between humans or space, and there's always the connection. And the connection happens at the heart of love, forgiveness, and emotions. So I want to talk a little bit about this. So let's do Mars, not pick, you know, make this all about men or women dynamics, but just, you know, if someone's having a bad day or they have problems from their past and they're concerned about certain things, and they don't feel, do you love me? Do you care about me? Am I cared about? Am I loved? Do I love myself? Do I judge myself? They're always in their head thinking and thinking and thinking, am I a good enough person? Da-da-da-da-da. So even though Venus comes over to love Mars over here, no matter how much she sends across, Mars just can't receive the information. I love you. Blah, blah, blah. It bounces off. Because when we're worried and we're stressed out and guilt, shame, all these feelings, it's hard to get into this world. It really is to get in there. But for you to even be able to be there with them, whether you're Venus or whether you're Mars, you got to have your head together. So we'll talk a little bit about a couple books, because there's conflict in all relationships, and there's conflict negotiation. So a great book I recommend is Getting Past No. Right here, it's negotiating in difficult situations. You know what's not taught in school? Negotiating. Guess what all life's full of? Hey, I'd like to buy a house. Let's negotiate. Hey, should we go to the beach or go here? Let's negotiate. I think it should go this way. I think we should do that. Let's negotiate. Negotiation's everywhere. It's conflict. And most of it sounds like one person capitulates and gives in all the time. That's not really peacemaking. That's capitulation, and then one person always gets their way, and then the other person eventually feels slighted. Then there's regret, and then all of a sudden a big argument breaks out because people didn't know how to negotiate and talk with each other. Okay? Sometimes you go up and you need to deal with, let me go over another book. The other book is Just Listen, written by Mark Goldstein. Excellent book. So you have to be able to listen, and you have to be able to negotiate. If you can't listen, you can't negotiate. So what I like about Goldstein's book is, first of all, he did 2 jobs. He was a suicide hotline psychologist. So here's someone on the edge and on the ledge in their life, emotionally, and thinking about ending their own life. He has to be on point. One word the wrong way, that person kills themselves. He also was a hostage negotiator. I got all these people that are going to kill him. I'm going to kill him. Oh, hi. Can I talk to you? You have to then be able to get into another person's world and listen really well. Your listening has to be on point. What someone's saying is not really what they're saying. I'll give you an example. The other day I was on the phone with a gentleman. I called him up, going over his MRI, talking about his findings and all this stuff. He starts going, I've been trying to talk to my neurologist I can't even get into him. Had this MRI in November. I can't even go see him for, to end of January. It's been months. He's supposed to be the best in town. I get on the phone with us. So I talked to him about his condition, told him about what's going on and this and that. How'd you get my number? How did you do this? I was like, whoa, hold a minute. I said, first of all, I said, you don't have to accept my help if you don't want to. You signed up a form online. You sent it in. I'm calling you because you filled some paperwork out. Now, I've gave you a lot of advice to help you out. If you don't want it, that's fine with me. You can go with the other guy. And he kept going on. Who are you? And I don't know. And blah, 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 blah. And then I finally caught on to what he was really saying. Said, you know what? I hear your frustration. I hear how you're upset. I hear how you feel like you're not being heard right now. And that you want to know if you're just frustrated. And I don't blame you. And I got quiet. And he said, I like you. So I heard his words, but what you want to listen for is their feeling. And the feeling he had was, I'm upset, I'm frustrated, and I'm pissed off because I can't get to the doctor I want to. I'm not being heard. What wanted to be heard? His feelings. Okay? He didn't give a shit what the hell is wrong with him. He wouldn't even accept that. I'm giving him the facts, but why did he not listen? Because I didn't hear his feelings. So you connect to people through their feeling and not through their word. That's a caveat for you, okay? People want to be felt. They want to be